Okay, let's test this sound here. If I can hear myself, then we can start going. Okay, let's test this sound here. Oops, there we go. So that is working, which is good. And then I can paste the thing, or the what's it called? Link. So we can get started. I paste it into Patreon here. And then we can probably start to get going. See if I can find the window where I'm actually having the chat on here. Here we go. Okay. Let's take a look at the first requests that I had. MANU. Let's take a look at that. I had it somewhere. Manchester United. This is still valid. The idea. Let me mute the Discord for now. So this is still valid. The idea that we had here locally. The other way of looking at this was that three-way structure. We had a very impulsive move to the upside though, so I kind of like the idea that this is more like some kind of five-way move up. We had this as the higher time frame idea, having this as some kind of ABC. It's still valid since we have not taken out the high here. Bullish idea was that we're looking at this as an WXY and having this as the start of something, potentially already creating a five-way move. This still can be a five-wave or fourth wave here if we shift everything up later, but again it has taken out or taken so long in time, it's not that likely. It's still valid. The other thing about here is that we retraced to the 0.618, so it's not really that likely scenario anymore. So in my opinion, this is better looking as a potential wave 1 or wave A already completed. Then we are looking for this second structure. We never came back to the golden pocket here, so again there is a chance that we're still in the middle of it. Let's see if we are comparing here. We got to the 38.2, which is basically the minimum we want to be seen here in time here daily. 23.6 rarely is the case that this is the shortest amount of time to be used for a wave 2 or wave B. So 38.2 generally the one we want to see. We've had a potential 1-2 here, 3, 4, and I'm expecting this high to be taken out first before we are going to be correcting this move here. So first up in here, take out this high, and then some kind of three-way move. I don't think this is large enough of a move to be paired up with this whole thing. Let's take a look at the extension targets here. Yeah, it's not even at the 618. So I would be expecting us to get or create this as a wave 1. The kind of sad thing about this at the moment is that the 618 here, which would be the minimum target for this ABC, is right beyond these highs here. So again, if we take out these highs, it is very common to see that we are taking out this high, and again then we are hitting the 0.61, which is again the minimum to create an ABC here. It wouldn't be a very good look to it, but that is the case. That is a possibility, unfortunately. However, if we are coming back here after we have created this fire wave here in 3 waves, here I would be looking for long setups, as we have not hit the main targets anywhere close here. So still decent look. I'm going to be setting alerts here below these lows and above here, so we can look for the possible short if that opportunity arises itself. It's white and some kind of grey, I think. Yeah, white and grey, this one. And the background is this color here. I'm going to go through Bitcoin later on, once I've gone through the request first. But yeah, I think that's Manchester United for now. Set some alarms going, and then once those trigger, you can act on it. NEO, let's take a look at that. I think we talked about this possibility of having this as some kind of ending diagonal last time, and then we were talking about this pump, and it came down. It came a bit lower than this high here, and now it's pumped again in potential fire wave. So if you're not in this yet, there is a chance that you could be getting on in here. We never got back this low though. Let me actually check if I had any orders here on NEO. No, I didn't. Okay, so I'm not in on that either. So at this point, there is a chance that this is fire wave. It's not. Again, it's stocks, so it's never the prettiest ones. I can see this being fire waves. The issue is that we don't really have any divergence at these tops. This came down in 3. That is clear. So again, we have shifted the market structure to a bit more bullish, at least lower time frame. We have taken out this high here, and we found support somewhere, and now we are creating somewhat of a move up again. This again does have, however, divergence, so I would be looking for potential fire wave here, looking for a 3-wave pullback, potentially to the 618 or 0.5 at least, and then I would be looking for long setups here. I'll just set an alarm here. And this would be the invalidation now. And yeah, the target would be probably the 1-to-1. You could be taking profits here already when we take out this high, just to be more conservative. If we are just creating some kind of swing failure pattern here, and this turns out to be not a 3-wave, oh sorry, a 5-wave here, but instead we create a 3. Take out the high, take out the liquidity from here, and create a deeper pullback before creating a potentially a structure like this. Because at that point, again, you would be getting stopped out here without taking any profit, so it wouldn't be good. So you could be taking out profits here, like 25%, moving your stop loss to break even, and at least you got a free trade. So yeah, that's probably the idea I'm going to go with. Did I set the alarm? I thought I did. It's just in the way. Yeah, okay. That's why I don't see it. But yeah, that's that. Yeah. It still looks decent here for potential move to the upside. I really like this more to the upside at this point. NDRA. This was the original or previous count that we were having. Let's go to log scale here. A bit higher time frame. Very very scary. Potential ABC here, or a 1, 2, 3, we don't know about that. At this point again, we could be having this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and some kind of fifth here coming down. Log scale, arithmetic scale, of course, as we are running towards 0, basically, this curve just creates this, I don't know how it's called, but the curve here, and where people are just saying cup and handle pattern properly. So yeah, locally we're still within the same thing. I think this is probably done here. This 3, 4, and 5. We had a massive move to the upside, so it is possible. Where is it? Yeah, it is possible. Let's get rid of that. Oh man, that is a lot. That we have some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, 4 and 5, and then because this is so bullish looking, this V shape here, that this wave 5 is actually here and it's done. I kind of like that a bit more, although the whole structure does not really look too good. It should be here, and obviously we don't have divergence here on smaller time frame. Probably don't have it here either, because yeah, higher time frame we do it because again this is wick and the close is in here, and it's not considering the whole wick. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, this wave 1 though is kind of large in comparison to this wave 4. So, but this is so bullish here. I'm not quite sure. So otherwise, if we were to create a structure like this, it definitely has the potential of coming back to the wave 1 top. And at that point again, we can confirm that the wave 4 is in, but before that we don't. At this point, the only thing I would be looking to do is purge. Are we on log scale? Yeah, we are. The only thing I would be looking for at this point is to purge these lows here. Take out the liquidity from below here. And of course, you need to be looking into this massive stop loss here. You could be trying to look for a move up from here. If it comes back down here, you could be looking for a move up and pull back and then go long in here and take the risk against this low as well. But at that point, it wouldn't go to full position maybe. So these are the two options you would have. Alert set below this low here, just to create a three-way structure here. That is the plan. And then to look for a partner leg for this kind of structure here. And at least purge these highs here. Again, 618, first TP here. And of course, considering or depending on which trade you're going to be looking at. Of course, this is massive, way better risk to reward ratios. So maybe you could be looking for this. But again, that requires more looking into the charts as well. So yeah, that's the downside of that. But yeah, idea is this: 3 waves here, at least into this wave 1 or one-to-one extension. That would bring us to ABC, and at that point again, this could be that wave 4 still here, which would give us a bit better look comparing it to this wave 2 here. It would be certainly quite large already. So I kind of feel like this might be the right count at this point. But yeah, that's the ideas, 2 of them at this point. Maybe you could be splitting your position size on both. But yeah, that's that. Massive stop losses on both 16 and 48%. But calculate your position size based on that, and you see the risk to reward ratios. That's all that matters. That was NDRA. let's go through the ones here that we had requests for. So that was ALGO. Let's see, ALGO. Do I have it here? No? Yes, I do. I just don't know how the alphabets work apparently. So, Algorand, higher time frame. Let's go to log scale. Higher time frame daily. There's still possibility for this. There is, however, possibility for this to be done as well, since we hit the 0.618 here. This being a micro at this point is still possible. If we go beyond the 1-to-1, which is here, Saturday, 28th of October, that's quite a long time ago. Still long ago, long ways ago from here, our current date. That would be potentially confirming that, again, this size would be larger than this, which is, again, higher degree. So at that point, the X wave is not that probable anymore. So at that point, we would be shifting this ABC to be more probable to being sub-minute instead of micro. That means that this wave Y would be already in here, and this whole correction would be done. That is completely possible. Because again, on total 3, if you haven't been watching the CTC total 3 videos, I would recommend watching that. But we have a potential bottom on the altcoins. So at least for a ABC structure, not for the whole thing, but some kind of flat potential. So keep that in mind. We could be getting some kind of rip up higher. So let's see the smaller time frame here. Hourly is pretty decent. Again, this is very hard to analyze at all. We have low here. Some kind of three-way move, in my opinion, is done. We had very small divergence here. I think, let's see, this is probably the lowest low here. Yeah. We could have either a three-way like this, it's kind of ugly, or we have it like this as a 1, 2, some kind of 3, 4, and 5, and then this whole thing would be an A, B, and C. Let's see the extension targets. Just missing the 1-to-1 here. Goes beyond on arithmetic scale. Or is this? Yeah, this is log scale. Arithmetic scale hits the 1-to-1. So yeah, that looks decent as an ABC at this point. The move down is kind of impulsive. If we are going to be getting one more low, create that divergence here, we could be creating a 5 wave here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just labeling a sub microphone now. And this was some kind of some kind of ABC here. And then at least ABC here coming down. So either this is part of a larger degree structure like this, or this is completely something larger and we would be getting leg down. I don't really think that is the case, because again, this size here for this potential B wave is way larger currently than this one. So if we were to expect that X wave still to be put in place, I don't think this is nearly large enough. So again, the idea that we would have this is a bit better. And this could be just the first structure of that X wave. We could have another here, and then here, and then the structure coming down for that wave Y, if it needs to be. We don't know. But there is a trade possibility here, I feel like. This goes well beyond the 2 and 1.618. This definitely has some kind of characteristics of 5. Some divergence of format here. So yeah, this looks pretty decent. This should be here and here. If we get that one more low, we could be looking for that corrective structure here and then dump again for that C wave. That is ALGO. Then MATIC. Here we go. Yep, this looks really similar. ABC or a, let's see, A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, that is fine. Some kind of triangular-ish structure here. So you would have this as an A, B, C. Probably does not hit the 1-to-1 either. Yeah, it's just 0.618. Yeah, barely on here as well. So here, this is again regular or logarithmic scale, or arithmetic scale at the moment. And then we have had very odd looking structure here. This, the only way I would like this is some kind of diagonal. ABC, this looks very three-wavish at this point. So this is a bit different than ALGO. ABC, ABC, I think. This looks pretty decent for actually a short. There is no divergence here though. There is on 15-minute. I might be looking for the purge of these highs here and then coming down. I want to see the 1-to-1 alert here and then the other one here to be hit, and then we can look for downwards. If not, then oh well, missing that one. Well, it looks pretty decent, to be honest. This could of course just launch up higher as well. If it comes back through here, probably targeting these highs then. There's a lot of these highs that you could be taking out the liquidity from. Hamed, that's probably the hardest question to answer. I don't know, to be honest. Log scale is generally used for the higher time frames, and the linear one is used for smaller time frames. Generally, it's also based on the percentages, how much the price has moved, because otherwise, you just can't see any kind of structure. So if you want to be looking for structure, you'd be using log scale, and generally you would be using linear scale. But for example, on crypto bull runs, you can't really do anything with the linear fib extensions, because those are not really, they are just blowing through them all time. But here on consolidations and everything, linear is the way to go, to be honest, in my opinion. Then we had HBAR. Don't think I have done this for a while, or at all. No, I have not. It doesn't look too good. Massive dump into 4 cents, and then we had a move up. I think this is from the June, right? No, this is actually the start of the year. Okay. Okay, this is a bit odd. Came down in 3, that looks decent. Whether it's ABC or WXY does not really matter at this point. We have divergence here, does not really matter. Is this enough for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? It could be. We have not taken out the lows. It found support right on top here. So there is a chance that we are going to get a bottom leg for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. So this is probably actually a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we don't basically need that. That looks pretty decent as a 5-wave here. Divergence from the third of third. This does not have divergence, but again, we had a massive wick here, so not really expecting that, to be honest. Is this comparable here? This almost gets to the 1-to-1 here. Has hit the minimum time here, right at the lows. Hello. Kind of feel like this has to be a 3, although it looks so horrible. It doesn't hit anything here. I'm not sure if this wick is present in other. Let's see this one here. It is there, okay. That is annoying. I'm not quite sure. Would I like this to go longer? We came almost to the golden pocket here. We never got through it. I guess this is the... We'll see if this turns out into a 5-wave, and then we might be interested in. So let's set an alert here on 1.618. So if this creates a structure like this, we could be looking for a pullback here, and then we would be going long. So overall, this would become a wave. Let's be conservative. So A, B, and then looking for that C wave. So this would be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that C wave. If this becomes a 5-wave, it could be that this is just a 3-wave, and then we are going to be getting some kind of pardon leg for this structure coming down lower here, and then I would be definitely interested in going short. So again, we have a alert above us. So we want to have another alert below us. And the only thing that invalidates it completely, the idea that this would be a 5-wave, is the lows here. So we'll set an alert there. So once either of these hits, we can determine what is the more likely scenario. Either we are potentially creating this 5-wave up, or we have created a 3-wave and now coming down through this level here, and then we'd be looking for lower prices, and then we can assess again here whether we are going to be getting a 5-wave here or not. I think that is pretty decent for now. Then we had something called CSPR. CSPR? Maybe. Gate.io? I don't know. I probably should have looked up this before. Just go with this one. Okay, at least it's not... Oh, well, it is kind of new. Oof. We don't have much data here, to be honest, because we have not really created many things. Let's see if I can find something else. CSPR. Spot crypto. Okay, this has... Oh. I'm not sure if I wanted to see this either. Massive dump. Oh, man. Oh, this is arithmetic scale. So it was pretty much a dump. And, well, it wasn't even a pump and dump. It was just a dump. 99.9% down. Why is this even here? That is just horrible. Well, rip. Anyone who got into this lost everything. Well, we can't really analyze this part at all. It doesn't matter. It came down in a hurry. Yeah, there's nothing really to say about that. We don't know what context this is about. We don't know what this is part of. The only thing we know for now is that this is the low to hold. Why this is still in some exchanges, I don't know, but does not really look too good. So this is the low here, around 2.2 cents. Overall, I think something like this as an ABC here. It goes beyond the 1.6, so this kind of looks like 5 though, so I wanted to look for a structure that maybe I'm too low time frame here. No, it is definitely is part of this. It could even be this here. Does not matter. It ends here. Nothing comes beyond here, so I kind of feel like we would have a structure like this. Although this looks more like a 5 wave, it can't be a 5 wave since we have taken out the highs here. More likely to be a B wave since we have taken out the tops or the origin of wave A. This looks like a 3 wave in sense. So what I would be looking for is a comparative extensions here. Comparing this here, that 1-to-1 would be the main target, and also here. And then we would be looking for the retracements here. That is very fitting here into these areas. 1-to-1, well, that is of course the basically 0 line. Let's see if we get anything else here. 1-to-1 and golden pocket kind of similar areas. Yeah, this is the arithmetic scale that hits very decently there. The issue with this one is that here we don't get the extensions that we like. If we were to expect a 3rd wave, we'd be expecting this to become a 1.618, so somewhere in here for 5. But we have already created a consolidation here, so it kind of looks like this is 3 consolidation, another down with at least, and then possible another, and then down to create this double zigzag here. Not a fan of this at all. Everything looks in 3 waves apart from the subdivisions. So I would not be looking into playing this at all. That's my opinion. Emjin. Let me get a drink here, give me a second. Okay. Emjin was one of those that I was really excited about not taking out this low here. It did take out the lows. And the structure coming off of the lows has not been the perfect one, but I guess we could be having this as some kind of impulse move. I'm not quite sure. I don't really like the structure of many of these at all. Some kind of diagonal possibility here, and then potential 5 waves here, 4 and 5. Kind of have to be creative on this. This would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside that third here. Oh, sorry, 4th here would be smaller than this one. Yeah, yet another not really that great of a thing. This is somewhat similar to the one that we just analyzed. I think it was HBAR, where we had a potential 5-way move up, 3-way pullback, and then now we are having this potential 3-wave up. So at this point, again, this is less less bullish, as we have not even hit the 0.618 here. 1-to-1 would be something that we want to be hitting. This looks more like a 3-wave, whether you label it in here or in this high here, like RSI is saying, does not really matter. 3-wave, in my opinion, fits way best. This probably is minuscule, and this, I would expect this to become something like as WXY. So comparing different altcoins against each other, for example this against HBAR, although they probably don't have anything in common except being altcoins, is pretty decent, because now we can see that the expectation here on Emjin would be that we have a 3, 3, or at least that this is a 3. It's not a 5, in my opinion. It looks way better as a 3. So the expectation is that we would be taking out the lows of W at some point. Some coins might have pumped away more and have a bit different look. But yeah, overall, golden pocket right below the wave W lows. The higher this wave X pumps, the better chance it is to reach this golden pocket. If we are just creating this kind of a 3-ways extension here on X up to the 1.236, we can get right into the golden pocket here. And this is again on log scale at this point. But on this one, I'm not interested in anything unless we take out the lows here. Could we go? Well, we could be going this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we have the alert here on the 1-to-1. So we'll see later on how this turns out in here. But I'm expecting us to come down a bit more. Oops. Yeah, that's that. That's Emjin. Nothing else, I don't think. What else? GALA. I'm still in this long for GALA. Not really liking this too much. This does not really resemble 5 waves. We don't have those large breaks in here or here. We just have this overlapping mess, right? So yeah, the only thing that we have is some kind of divergence at the very top. Some kind of channeling motion here. That is the most prevalent thing. And this kind of looks impulsive to the downside. But again, it could be labeled in 3. 1 hour time frame. RSI does not really do anything here. Just the cycle is continuing. This is probably the wrong time frame a bit. Maybe even 4 hour. Maybe the 2 hour here. But that is broken now as well, to the upside. And again, at this point, it looks very clear as a 3-wave structure. It could be coming down to create a pattern like here to the downside here, and then we go up again. If those are actually 5 waves on the other altcoins, this could be climbing up correctively, creating yet another structure like here, somewhere, wherever this is coming down to. And then we are just doing this to overall create a WXY. That is the most bullish scenario at this point that I can get into GALA. If not this corrective climb, we could be just dumping, nuking. But yeah, those are the options at the moment for GALA. I definitely want to be having an alert here below this one. Not really interested in anything else here on GALA since I'm already in. But yeah, that's that. Check out the rest of the rest of the sets that we are going to go through. So let's start with the stocks first, and then we're going to go through Bitcoin and then the indices. So first, NVIDIA. NVIDIA short here. I like this more as an ABC, but just based on the extension that we had. 1.236, we had then a three-way move, and then yet another dump. We almost catch up that whole thing. So there's a chance that we are just doing this. And then, I don't know, maybe this. This is kind of weird how this is performing at this point. But this coming down is not impulsive unless it is part of some kind of diagonal to the downside. I'm still in the shorts. I'm probably going to be just taking profits here once the market opened today, and then getting out of some of the position here and putting my stop to entry, because again, this is not a far way to the downside. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, I was expecting this to be ending this whole potential cycle here, so we could be coming down real fast if that is the case. Netflix, pretty similar idea. Overall, I was expecting wave 4, so that could be here. There is a chance that this indeed is already a 5-way move, and if that is the case, I would be looking for this coming down a bit more, like so. Hopefully it does, to create this kind of a 3-wave structure into this golden pocket. That fits very nice if we pivot from here. I'll set an alarm below the current lows here, and then I would be going long against these lows. So this would be the ideal case here. And again, aiming one more high, so at least this kind of risk to reward ratio. Then Meta. Meta is kind of weird. We went through the 1-to-1 extension and also the golden pocket. 1-to-1 of this move, and the golden pocket, which is the retracement of this move. And it's, of course, we can see that it is slowing down in momentum, which is a good thing. We are getting divergences. But I'm not quite sure what I would be doing with this one. We could we go short? I was considering going short on this, based on this thing, but there is also a chance that we had this as a wave 4, right? Because that could be a wave 4, just an running flat here, right? And then we could have this as some kind of 5-wave, some kind of weird expanding diagonal. This could be some kind of 3-ways coming down, and then we would get one more up. I don't really like Meta at this point, so I'll just set an alarm here on top. I don't know about this one. Not the best structure, to be honest. Then Tesla. I had this as the high. However, as we saw again, we have just created a 3-way structure. So there is really no reason yet to be too bearish. Can this be a wave 1 to the downside of a diagonal? For sure, it could be that case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we get pullback and then downwards. But yeah, that is that. Higher time frame idea is that we did hit the 1-to-1 extension of this move, which is this move here, ABC. So this would be here, and this should be a different color. This should be minor, and this should be minute. And yeah, as this came down in 3, I'm still going to be holding on the longs that we have here, from here. Of course, we've taken profits, but I'm going to be seeing that out. If it goes below these lows here, I want to be knowing that. and probably also these highs here. Actually, got a couple of different alerts as well. But we generated a couple of different divergence at the highs before we create this 3. So there is a chance that wave 3 of this minor degree is at these tops, and we created wave 4 here, and then we are creating one more high here into the 5th, and then C wave would be ending at these tops, and then we would be correcting this whole thing and creating the second structure. That could be part of this here. Of course, arithmetic scale can't really be used here. If you want to be getting that 1-to-1, it would be going back to 0. But yeah, we'll see. But that's Tesla. Still not too bearish at this point. And let's take a look at Bitcoin. Nothing really has changed since the last update I created on the what is it called, YouTube videos. You could have this as an ABC going up, and where either this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending the 5th wave out at these tops. However, we are creating now a very sideways range. That is generally a telltale sign of a wave 4 or wave B or wave X. However, wave B or wave X does not really fit into here because they are kind of small. The idea that we would be getting this as an A, B, and then C, or a WXY, well, this is a 5 wave here, so ABC it is, A, B, and C, doesn't really fit. To me, I would really need, for me to be able to trade it, I would need it to come down a bit lower. So I would be getting in. We have some important areas there, but we can take a look at those. But overall, nothing has really changed. This looks to me like a 3-wave, potential 3-wave, potentially topped. However, I don't really like it. I really like the idea that we would be getting one more high here, and then we would be getting down. Stopping the early shorts from here, who had stops above here, getting one more high, because we have already purged the highs previous days. So we would be getting swing failure pattern this first, and then swing failure pattern of this next, and then we would be coming down a bit more. Three waves, A, B, and then looking for potential C wave. I definitely want us to be getting to the 0.6 or 0.5 at least before I'm entering here at all. I like here the low to be placed in here for the wave A. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, A, B, C. Hit the 85.4 retracement. And then I would be looking for 5 waves in C. And at this point, this would be probably the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The target would be either taking out this previous low here or taking out this low here. I would like to take out this low because again, that has more liquidity there as well towards the 1.236. There's nothing really else here. So I would probably want to be doing it in a manner of this to find support back on here and then go up if I were to long his. But yeah, that's Bitcoin. That was easy. ETH came down more here. We hit the 1-to-1 extension here on this, on this move here. We did hit the 1.618 as well here for this one. We could be looking for this as 5th wave here. It's a bit different looking than Bitcoin. We don't really want to go any lower though here, since we already got to the 0.5. So I'm not quite sure, they are a bit different looking overall. I kind of like the Bitcoin chart at this moment a bit better. Is it possible that this is an ABC here and we had a 3-wave here? Sure, that is completely possible. At that point again, we would be probably around the 38.2. Yep, there we go. So this would be a B, and C. And we would have some kind of W, X, Y over here. Submicro. And then another, looking for potential another ABC up in here. to create a larger WXY of micro, like this. I like this the best at this moment, but I'm not quite sure how I fit this large of a move into Bitcoin. So that is the only thing that I'm kind of questioning still. Can we have this as the fifth wave and this just takes a bit longer than expected, where ETH can take or create that massive three-way move? Maybe, I'm not quite sure. Maybe. But this is just so extended here that I have like a very hard time to think that this would be an ABC here up to these highs, because yeah, it doesn't really fit too well. But those are now a bit contracting each other, which is not too good. It's not making the trading any easier for sure. So yeah, keep that in mind. I would definitely, if I was just trading some alts, I would be trading, or any kind of crypto, I would be trading Bitcoin and ETH. And if you want more confidence for your trades, you would be tracking both of them and seeing once they fit a structure together, you would be going with that idea. And if they're not, or if they are contradicting each other, they would, well, you wouldn't really be trading, or at least not with that much. Solana. Solana was very good looking. Do I not have the it's not an ABC but a WXY here. I probably had a different exchange or something. Oops. Minute. So I'm still in Sol long. This is the best altcoin that I had from here. And I'm not quite sure. We have already come back down to here. So either this is massively bullish as a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 5, or this is something else. That this would be a 3, oh sorry, ABC 3 and some kind of ABC, but both of them kind of seem bullish. Is it possible that this is expanding diagonal? For sure. A bit more rare, I guess. But overall, I kind of still like it. I'm still expecting more move up before I'm exiting my trade. I don't know where I placed the other one. Maybe here? No? Oh well, whatever. The expectation here for Solana is still up. I like it. Not really anything I would be trading at this point. I don't really see a setup here. Yeah, it's just very overlapping at this point. And we are hitting some resistance here, so it could be that we are just crashing down here and then maybe move up. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Probably a good time to actually take profits here. ADA. This actually went lower than expected as well. Like many other altcoins, it purged these lows. So again, the idea that this was like so does not really fit anymore. The idea that this was 1 2 3 is gone, and this one, this more looks like a potential, either this is a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 5, which is very bearish, or that this is an ABC here somehow, a potential diagonal here, and then we would have this as an ABC instead of that WXY that I have here. the way it came up is bearish, since it came up in 3 here. This is definitely a 3-way move. I'm not quite sure where to label this B. Let's see, probably in here actually. Might be that C wave actually ended here. This would be B, so this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, give me just a moment. There is a B just flew into the apartment. I need to get rid of that. Give me just a moment. Okay, the B, that seems like it disappeared for a bit. I don't know where it went, so I'm just going to go continue this for a bit now. Overall, ADA, again ABC, I kind of like that as a 3. Came down in 3, definitely a possibility for a continuation to the upside here. Whether it's a WXY like so, or a 3-wave like this, where the X wave is later on. Is possible. So at this point again, it is one of those coins that has the very 3-wave-ish look at this point, so it's not really easy to trade. So yeah, I wouldn't really touch on it unless it gets a very extended leg downwards, where you would be getting something like this, getting to the 1.236, and then you would be potentially having a expanded structure here, something like this, and you would be going long against the 1.618 here. Of course, you would be looking for divergence as such there, but for now this looks decent as is, but I wouldn't be really trading it. That's ADA. Check out Fantom. Does not really look too good. The issue that we had on Fantom previously was this structure here as well. But this is one of those that have not taken out the lows. We had a possibility of having this as a 5-way move. A couple of different ways of labeling this. Could be 13 here, so don't really mind about this, the labelings in here. You could have this in 3, 3, and then I don't know. This has to be a 3 at this point. So overall, you would have a structure like that. Missed the 1-to-1 here on arithmetic scale. Log scale, we went to the 1.236. Really can't label this part at all. I don't know what this is. So I would just go with the extensions and say that it is some kind of ABC here. Since the lows, we've had a very, well, again, a very 3-wave-ish look. Okay, the trading view is lagging a bit. Get rid of that. So low here, so low probably here. You could have this as a 3-wave up, 3-wave down, 3-wave up. So again, yet again, another WXY. Could you label this in 5? This could be definitely a diagonal here. It's kind of very large, this first structure over here, so not quite the fan of it. But it's possible, it's possible. At that point we would need to get a 5-wave here, but this looks more like a 3, maybe 3, yeah. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to label that. Probably just the easiest way is just create this as a WXY up to the top, and now we'd be creating some kind of correction for it. We had multiple divergences here, which would indicate that this could be a diagonal here. And also the WXY generally don't have this divergence in play. Is there any other way to label this though? This is just in so 3-wave-ish, right? I can't really label this in diagonal because this would be just a wave 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't really see it. Maybe it's an ABC of somehow, but I just structure wise it's a WXY. RSI wise it's ABC. I don't know. Yeah. Whichever it is, it does not really matter. Overall, a 3-way structure, right? And then we came down a bit. Came down here. Let's see. This looks like a 3. This looks like a 3. So yeah, so a WXY as well here. This looks like 3. It might be that we are in the middle of another 3, so it creates a structure like this. Again, yet another coin that is full of 3s. So again, trading this will be hard. I would be expecting something like this to happen first. Potentially into the 618 here. Early July, 4th maybe, and then possibly up to create a partner leg for here. We'll see. Not really a fan of this either, to be honest. Yeah. I don't see anything else I can go with this. Then we were going to go and look at the indices before we quit. Let's go for the first one here. which is Dow. We retraced to the 0.5 here and got some kind of move up. Yesterday we pumped, today we are pumping a bit, not too much yet. Not really too good of a look here. This looks more like a 3 here, 3 and then potentially 3. Maybe this is a continuation of this move to the downside. I kind of still liked that this was a 5-way move here, although it's not really too good of a look. We had some kind of divergence at the top here. This has to be kind of creative to label this in 5 though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 would be massive. Nothing else to say. It's not really a good looking structure. Could you say that this is a wave 4? I mean, it goes so well past the 1.618 retracement that I don't really like it. The structure wise, it's just horrible looking. Maybe we have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5, where this would be a 3rd wave. Maybe. And then third would have divergence here, would have divergence here. Maybe I'll just keep it as that. Maybe that makes a bit more sense. Not really a fan of it. Higher time frame expectation was that we were going to be creating either this as a wave 1 of a C wave or an ABC, which would be the B wave of this move. So, and then we would be coming back here where this B wave would end here, and then we would be getting that C wave, A, B, C. And then everyone would be getting super bullish into the completion of this wave X or wave B, and then we would be coming crashing down to take out the lows of September 2022. That was the higher time frame plan. ES, still this WXY, WXY going up. Had this plan of having this potentially some kind of diagonal going up. I really don't like this, the way this structure has built up at all. We could have this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 3rd, 4th, 5th. But again, I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to be trading this until this resolves itself here at the top. I really want to see some kind of divergences forming first. So again, those are the things that I'm looking for here. At least one more high, at least, maybe even 2. Maybe not a diagonal, but maybe it's just a wave 4, 5, 4, 5. Overall look, WXY is still there, but it's starting to get kind of lengthy, this wave Y. So I kind of like, I would like this wave Y to end soon. We have taken out to the highs here of wave W with the wave Y highs, which makes sense. And as we have not yet even hit the 1-to-1 extensions, I don't really see any kind of point of having this as a 1, 2, 3. 1.618 would be somewhere in here, at which point we could be turning more bullish. At this point, I don't see that yet. Also locally, more locally, if this ABC starts to go beyond the 1.382, gets to the 1.618, then we can turn more bullish here. And at that point, again, we could be looking for more bullish action overall. But until that happens, I'm still staying bearish. NASDAQ. Has the potential of having this as an ABC into W, 3 ways into X. Not the best look for sure. Then potential 3 ways here. Starting to get kind of extended here. This is the WXY count, and here is the extension targets for the ABC. If we are going to be creating more highs, then we are probably going to be hitting the 1.618 here on NASDAQ, which kind of seems a bit more bullish than ES at this moment recently. So again, this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can it be labeled in 3 as an ABC? Yes, it can. Even though it would hit the 1.618, yes, it can. Some kind of 1, 2. So this probably has to be some kind of 1, 2, 1, 2 setups here, or this would be diagonal here into 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. One more high and then potential down. Again, I've not labeled the internals because it's not really clear, but extension wise, we are at the resistance areas. This here, this high, definitely has people's stop losses. So again, this would be SMC wise at least one of the highs that would be targeted to be taken out before we can plummet it down again. RTY finally actually has taken some kind of move up. We were looking at this as a potential AB and looking for that C wave. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, however, came back to the 1-to-1 extension. Oh, sorry, the wave 1 top. So this is not a 5-way move. Unless, again, we would say that we have it like this. The issue is that this wave 4 came back to previous wave 1 territory as well. So I think that has to be scrapped, that idea completely. What can it be? Even if we had this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this whole thing would be an ABC here. Expectation was a C wave, but that can't be it unless this becomes a very much more larger diagonal. This would be 3, 4, and 5, and then we would have a diagonal like so. 1-to-1 target would be here, 21.18, but it's quite a long way from current price still, so it's really hard to predict this. I wouldn't play Russell either. I would be playing the Dow, NQ, and S&P 500 at this point. Check out DAX. We're thinking about potential diagonal here. It still has the potential. It has potential already been finished here. Just we took out that high. Smaller time frame. Let's see. Did we get that divergence? We did. Small divergence here. So instead of 1, 2, this would be a ABC potentially, or a 1, 2, 1, 2. Of course, that would be super bullish, and I'm not sure if anyone is ready for that. Again, this would be very fitting to the idea that we have taken out the previous tops that we had in 2021 November highs on DAX, and everyone is turning super bullish, and now we would be just crashing down. Instead of creating this as a 1, 2, we would be having this as an ABC, and this would be fitting way better into the higher time frame that we have on the other indices, US indices. But does it have to be that? No. This structure, I don't know what to say about it. I don't know. We have a divergence here. We could have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing about that is invalid. It's just the extensions are just kind of horrible. This came up in 3, consolidation. Maybe if we get another 3 wave up, maybe there is a chance to do something like this. Right? And yeah, that would be the only thing I would be interested in. And that would be probably at least the 618 here. Oh, the 1-to-1, sorry. So setting alert there. Actually, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. But that's DAX, AUS. Locally, locally very bullish here. This came up in 3. So again, it is probably still part of this B wave. Not quite sure how I want to be labeling this. This is probably actually a micro degree here, and this would be a, let's see, it could be done actually here as an ABC, because we came down very fast. This was in 3 waves, so ABC. The only issue is that we did not take out the low here, the liquidity that I had the alert for. Oh well. But yeah, this kind of looks impulsive to the downside. If it's not a wave C, I'm not quite sure what it would be, because I still like this as a 5 wave that hasn't had a pattern leg to it. Locally, I kind of like this, however, as a 5 wave as well, going up. Potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And yeah, the retracement would need to be something for me to be able to enter it, at least at the 0.5. 38.2 is kind of low. Of course, the expectation here would be massive, because expectation would be the C wave. Something like this, more likely. But yeah, that's AUS 200. I think that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover here on this stream. And again, if you want to request something, you need to go through Patreon, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would be just here answering the requests all day, and it wouldn't be too fair for some people who have paid for this. So yeah, that's that. I'm not taking the request anymore from chat, unfortunately. But yeah, that's going to do it for this live stream. Hope you enjoyed and got something out of it. And yeah, catch you on the next week's live stream again. Thanks for watching, and see you. Bye bye.